hosts of world-class dive sites.
Balikasag is divided into about 4 great dive sites.
When we dove, it was located in such a way wherein the flow of water would channel towards that area, which meant all I had to do was descend and just not even fin. I had no use for fins in that dive because all I had to do was fly. The only problem was I was going so fast, I didn't have time to look. Parang, uy, a fish. Oh, okay, it's gone. Or, oh, look, a nice coral. Oh, it's gone again. At the tail end, the current slowed down. We were able to enter a secluded part where the current wasn't so strong. And we were able to just look at all sorts of coral, fan corals, anemones with clownfish, which are my favorite fish.
The variety of soft and hard corals are great. I mean, if I name them all, we sit here tomorrow morning.
It was so close to shore. You could literally go snorkeling at the depth or at the distance I was diving and still get the equal amount of eye candy because it was great.
Our next stop, the Marine Sanctuary, which is located on the western side of Balikasag Island. The Marine Sanctuary is a steep wall dive that goes down to about 45 meters and slopes to 80 meters or more.
Wall corals aren't my favorite dives usually because, you know, all the sights you have to see is just on one side. You don't even have to look out. But with this site, you literally had to look both left and right because to the left side are corals, such an abundance of little fish. But at the same time, you got to keep your eyes peeled because to your right, where the bluer water was, and the bigger fish would be in the deeper area.
The huge towering walls seemed more like canyons to me. And the same way that red earth or desert wind can speak of the ancient, I could feel these waters holding something primordial.
It almost feels like it's old there. Because from what I know, coral walls or wall systems are usually old because there's a reason why it drops off like that. Someone told me that those walls were actually elevated before or above water. That's why it plunges down.
In the Philippines, our coral reef ecosystems cover approximately 27,000 square kilometers, making it one of the largest and most diverse coral reef systems in the world.
You can learn so much about marine life here. If you're a scientist, you can go down and it's right there. If you're just an everyday Joe, a tourist, you know, you can come and fall in love with the place. And if you're a GamePlan host, you know, you dive, even if you're a jaded diver, you come in and it's the same thing. I fell in love with the area. It's such a great, great dive location. One of the best I've gone in. And this place is such a treasure, Balikasag Island. I got wet in day 1 because that was expected. I didn't know I was gonna get equally wet in day 2.
Being a game planeteer means living for moments like these, when adventure and cameras collide.
Ordinarily, I would say this is crazy, but I'm having such a good time. Man, this rocks. Woo!
Rock it did. I was dirty, I was grimy, and I had probably inhaled, swallowed, absorbed, or ingested substances I would rather not identify. But that was beside the point. I was having way too much fun to get fussy, and not even a slight decrease in audio could stop me from expressing my delight.
You have so much fun. You end up exploring the cave and seeing the wonders of nature, looking at stalactites. Glenn explained to me that a foot-long stalactite takes a century or more to grow. Just like the coral. It's so funny how there's almost like a symbiotic relationship between marine and land. Because underwater, you have corals which take centuries to grow. And then just a day later, I'm in a cave and I'm seeing, you know, the land equivalent of a coral. It's such a nice polar opposite. At the same time, they're both equal reminders of what you should do about it, you know. Here's something underwater, here's something above water. Respect both of these things. I just felt like I did something not many people did. That's the great part about exploring stuff. Yeah, you know, this person's been in the cave, but you haven't been. You know, go explore a cave because you'll feel like you're the first one there.
You know what? I'm cold, I'm wet, I'm full of bath crap, but I loved it. It was the best, one of the best experiences I've ever had. If you're gonna go to Bohol,